everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Callie and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to all things nails and good vibes. Today we're back on my journey to less toxic nail polish. This is actually episode 10 and part 5 of my decluttering series, and it is the final episode of my decluttering series. Well, except for the recap, because I'm hoping to do that soon as well. However, this is the final episode of my total just going through my polishes, going through ingredients, sharing the process with you guys type series. So if this is your first time here, I have been, obviously, as you can tell, on a journey to less toxic nail polish for the past several months. I've been decluttering a lot of my polishes, just going through the ingredients based on research that I've done, and if you would like to learn more about that whole process and about the research that I've done, I actually have compiled an entire list of resources for you over on the Less Toxic page of my website, and I've listed a lot of scientific resources for you to make your own decisions about the ingredients that you're researching, just kind of giving you a launch pad to do your own research, form your own opinions, and just become more educated about nail polish ingredients as a whole. So as always, before we get started with the video, I do want to give my usual disclaimers with my decluttering videos. So firstly, my process for decluttering will be following my own research on ingredients I'd personally like to move away from. Basically, like I always say, just giving my collection a good cleanse. Second, just because I'm getting rid of a polish that contains one or more ingredients I'd like to avoid does not mean I will completely discontinue use of other polishes that do contain said ingredients. Like I've mentioned in my recent video and in the description of this video, if I'm using a polish at my own discretion that does still contain an ingredient from the list on my site, I will of course give full disclosure and direct you to that same page where you can do your own research and learn more. So to sum it up, just because a certain ingredient is a cause for decluttering today, that does not mean that you won't ever see it again in polishes I choose to still use. Third, just because I'm decluttering certain polishes because of certain ingredients, by no means does that translate to me telling you to do the same with your own collection. Everyone's journey is different based on which ingredients are most important to you personally, which ones aren't, and what research you've done. So I hope this video and ones to come inspire you to evaluate your own polishes and do a little decluttering yourself. So thank you so much for listening to that as always, and now I think we're good. So today I'm going to be going through a bunch of my kind of like random polishes. I have some more neutral toned ones, some glitters, just a bunch of random ones, so let's get right on into it. First, we have a polish from the brand Penny Bloom. This brand unfortunately no longer exists, but it was really cool. You could design your own polishes. I actually did a gifted campaign with this brand a really long time ago, so that was really fun and a really cool experience. So this one, I can't remember what I named this one because it is so dark I can't quite see the name on the polish, but I don't have ingredients lists for these. I'm just going to hang on to these for sentimental value, so you will probably see more of these later in the video, but this one turned out super cool. Here we have one from Smoky Mountain Lacquer. I believe they're called Music City Beauty now. This is an indie brand, and like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my last video, I do have a couple indie polishes from the indie shop that I visited a couple years ago, and I don't have ingredients lists for any of them. They're all pretty old, but I am going to hang on to most of them. Probably won't use them a lot, or if they're not working super well, I'm just keeping them for posterity, so there's that. Next we have one from the brand Naturalism, and this brand was new to me. I think back in December was the first time I tried these, and these I can find at Sally Beauty, so I'm pretty sure that's the only place they're available. This formula still does contain acetyltributyl citrate and ferric-ammonium ferrocyanide, but like I've mentioned in the past, these two ingredients personally to me are not a huge deal. However, you can do your own research as always, but I'm really happy with these polishes and I do want to get more of these one day. Here's another one from those customized Penny Bloom polishes. This one I remember being really proud of the name. I called it Hollow Baloo, and I just put in a big mix of really pretty silver holographic glitter. I used to love using this one in nail art, but as you can see, it is very separated and thick now, and it's kind of impossible to use, but it is really cute. So like I mentioned before about the Penny Bloom polishes, I'm going to keep these around just to have as little mementos. Next we have one from the brand Essie, and this is one of their, I forget what they called these, I guess they're like celebration polishes. They all have these special wraps on them, like this one says congrats. They make ones that say happy birthday. I think there's a couple for different holidays. They're really cute, but obviously like most Essies these days, it didn't have an ingredient list on the bottle, and I wasn't able to look it up to find it, so not really sure what's in this one, but I'm gonna hang on to it because it was a gift. So Next we have one from China Glaze, and I can't quite remember the name of this one. I think it might have been from a spring collection, I'm not quite sure, but this one just contained acetyltributyl citrate, and I did forget to highlight it here, but it also contains isopropyl alcohol, which I do usually highlight in ingredients list, but I don't mention it a lot because it is not a huge deal in polishes, but it can be a potential skin irritant, so this one I'm going to be keeping. It is really nice and unique. Here's one of my favorite China glazes of all time. This one is called Cinderella, and it was from one of their Halloween collections from a couple years ago. Once again, the only two in here are acetyltributyl citrate and isopropyl alcohol, which are not a huge deal to me personally, so I really like this one. It has a really fun and unique mix of shimmer. It's a little bit eerie, so it's perfect for Halloween nails, and it's just really fun, and I don't have anything quite like this in my collection, so I am very happy that I can still use this one. Here we have another indie polish. This one is from the brand Poetry Cowgirl, and this one, I'm not sure what the name of it was. I think this was one of those VIP bag polishes at the indie shop, and it is a really pretty kind of mauve-ish gray color with some shimmer. Once again, like I said, I unfortunately don't have an ingredients list for this one, so I will be hanging on to this one, but I probably won't be using it a ton because it is pretty old and separated, but I want to display these hopefully in my new studio, so. Here we have one from Essie. I'm pretty sure this one is called Clothing Optional. It was from one of their neutral collections. I think I got this one to match a lipstick that I had a couple years ago. It's not one that I gravitate to a lot, and like I've mentioned in the past, I am not a huge fan of the Essie formula most of the time, unless it's the Expressi polishes. Those are a little bit better, but this one I'm probably going to let go of just because it is not one of my favorites, and I'm pretty sure the ingredients aren't that great either. So yeah. And like I said in my last video, I did want to apologize if I can't provide ingredients lists for everything, just because like I said, if you haven't been around here recently, I am in the process of moving, so getting videos together has been a little bit hectic. But as always, if you do have any questions about any of these, just let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Anyway, this one here is from Chill Zone. These were gifted to me a long time ago, and they're so pretty, but unfortunately, once again, I can't really find the ingredients for these, so again, I know I said that a lot, but I am going to hang on to this one, so that's it. Here's another one from China Glaze. This one is from their My Little Pony collection. I think I can't quite see the cap. I think that's what it is. This one might have been called Icy Ponies. I'm not sure. This one actually, I was surprised. It only contains isopropyl alcohol and acetyltributyl citrate, so pretty good. I don't think I'll use this one too much anymore. I actually can't remember if I hung on to this one or not. I did actually, when you're seeing this video, I have already decluttered all the polishes I was going to declutter, so I can't remember if I kept this one. I probably did. I'm not sure, but it is really pretty and a really nice soft hollow. This one is a total throwback. It's from the brand Serendipity, and the polish is called Peace, Love, and Sandy Feet, and this is a really pretty kind of tan sandy color, and it's just a cream polish. The formula of this one I wasn't super happy with because it does contain benzophenone 1 and TPD and aluminum powder, so I am going to hang on to this one just for posterity because this brand doesn't even exist anymore, but I haven't used this one in a long time anyway, so like I said, display only. Here's another one from China Glaze. I'm pretty sure this one is called Resting Grinch Face. I can't quite see the cap, but I think this is that polish from the Grinch collection from a couple years ago. And I don't know where my ingredients list picture went for this one, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm pretty sure this one's okay. Most of the China Glaze glitters are usually a little bit better with formulas, but I can't guarantee that. So if you're looking into this one, just make sure you research the ingredients. But I do really like this one, so I'm going to hang on to it. Next we have a staple from the brand Sinful Colors. This one is called Snow Me White, and this was my go-to white polish for several years. I actually had, I think, 2 or 3 of these in this basket that I was going through, but unfortunately this one does contain benzophenone 1 and TPD, and those are 2 ingredients that I'd like to stay away from when possible, especially when there are tons of white polishes in the world. So I think the one I've been using lately I think is from Olive and June or Nailtopia. One of those two that's usually my go-to, so I will be decluttering all of these. Another one from China Glaze. I can't remember the name of this one. Something about snowflakes, I think, because it was from a holiday collection, but this one unfortunately does contain triphenyl phosphate and TPD, so, oh, also aluminum powder, forgot about that one. So yeah, I think I decluttered this one, unless I just kept it for sentimental value. I'm not sure. I think I decluttered it, but it was really pretty, and I did enjoy using this one while it lasted, but not really happy with those ingredients, so bye-bye. Here we have one from the brand Essence, and this one I want to say had something to do with like fairy floss might have been the name of it or something, I'm not sure. But this one is just one of those classic kind of French manicure natural nail polishes, but I actually have a really good dupe for OPI Bubble Bath, and it's actually probably a good dupe for this one as well. So click the cards if you want to go see that video. I just did that last Friday. It was a really fun, less toxic collab, so go check that out. It's very, very similar. Here we have one of the final polishes from the OPI Fiji collection, which I've mentioned in previous videos with one of the first full nail polish collections I ever purchased, so display only once again, but this one does contain benzophenone 1 and TPD, and another ingredient which I researched recently and I added to my page, I think, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it yet until I figure that out, but that one you can see right there. I did add a couple new ones to my Less Toxic page, so make sure you check that out in the description box. Here we have another sheer natural nail polish. This is from the brand Koki, and you might have seen another polish from this brand in my recent purple decluttering video. The only thing this one contains that concerns me personally is TPD, but I am not a huge fan of this polish anyway, and like I said, I did find a really nice, more or less toxic dupe, so I will be passing this one along. Here's another random indie polish. This one, I can't remember the name of this one. I'm pretty sure it was Alter Ego is the brand. I'm just looking at the two letters on the front. This bottle is really cool, by the way. Not sure what the name of this one was, but it was a VIP bag polish anyway. So once again, can't find the ingredient list for this one, but I haven't used this one in a really long time. So like I've said, I think I have a new term for polishes that I'm keeping, display only. So I will be hanging on to this one, but probably not using it. Here we have another China Glaze. This one was from a Christmas collection from a couple years ago, I think. I can't quite remember the name of this one, but this one is that really old China Glaze formula that I am just not a fan of. It does contain tosylamide / formaldehyde resin, as well as TPD, triphenyl phosphate, ethyl tosylamide, camphor, and benzophenone 1, so I will be decluttering this one. I'm not a huge fan of the finish or the color anyway, so yeah, this one's going. This one is a really old OPI polish. I'm pretty sure this one's called Champagne for Breakfast. I want to say this was from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection, but this one does contain acetyl citrate and isopropyl alcohol, and those two are not huge concerns to me, but benzophenone 1 and aluminum powder are, so I will be decluttering this one. I haven't used it in a really long time anyway. It is super old, super thick, just impossible to apply, so this was a fun one for nail art though. Next we have another China Glaze polish. This one I can't quite remember the name of, but it is a really cool silver with some kind of like green turquoisey shimmer in it. Very, very unique. Unfortunately, once again, that same not great China Glaze old formula, and I did read it before, so you can just see it on screen here. But I think I hung on to this one because this is actually probably the first polish I used in a nail art thing on a blog, so I decided to hang on to this one. It was cool to use for a while. Here's another OPI silver. This one I believe is called Ornament to Be Together. It's from one of their recent holiday collections, I think from maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This formula I really wasn't happy with. It does contain tosylamide / epoxy resin and isopropyl alcohol, acetyl citrate, benzophenone 1, TPD, aluminum powder, and ferric ferrocyanide, which like I said, a couple of those are not huge concerns to me, but some of the others are, so I will be decluttering this one. Here's one from China Glaze. I can't quite remember the name of this one, but it was from one of their, I think it was maybe a Paris collection, but this one had a very, very long ingredient list, and it does contain tosylamide, formaldehyde resin, isopropyl alcohol, TPD, triphenyl phosphate, ethyl tosylamide, camphor, benzophenone 1, ferric ammonium ferrocyanide, aluminum powder, and ferric ferrocyanide, so plenty of things in there I'm not happy with, and I'm not a fan of this one anyway, so I will be decluttering this one. Here we have another one from China Glaze. I really want to say that this one is called like Queen of Everything or something. It's a really pretty kind of like gold sheer shimmer polish. Unfortunately, once again, has that old not great China Glaze formula, and it does contain quite a few things that I'm really disappointed are in a lot of older China Glazes, but I am very happy that lately, at least in the last couple of years, they've worked on simplifying their formula, so I will be decluttering this one. I don't think I ever used it that much anyway, but it is really pretty, so that's unfortunate. This next one I'm pretty sure is from the China Glaze Chic Physique collection. It was a spring collection from a few years ago. This one I'm pretty sure is called Girl on the Glow, and this one wasn't terrible, but it still does contain triphenyl phosphate and TPD and aluminum powder, so this one I will be passing along. I actually remember the first time I tried this I didn't really like the color, and then I swatched it again and I did, so I don't know, been through a roller coaster with this one, but I will be decluttering it anyway. Here's another OPI. I believe this one is called Don't Take Yosemite for Granite, which I always thought was a really funny name. Unfortunately, once again, this one does contain quite a few ingredients that I'm not happy with. I have mentioned this in recent videos that OPI particularly doesn't have one of my favorite formulas because the ingredients that they include just hasn't really improved over the years, so I hope one day that they do make their formula a little bit less toxic because I do really love a bunch of their polishes. Here's another one from China Glaze. I can't quite remember the name of this one, but I really want to say that it was from a holiday collection. Once again, that same older China Glaze formula that I'm really not happy with, but yeah, there's not much to say about this one because I have had quite a few of those in today's video, but this was a really unique kind of like gunmetal silver color, so hopefully I can find a dupe for this one because it is a really good nail art polish. Here's one from the brand Finger Paints, the Sally Beauty exclusive brand, and this one, it didn't have a terrible formula, but it did still contain aluminum powder and benzophenone 1, and those are two things that I'm just not happy with, especially if it's a polish that I would like to use frequently, but I think I did hang on to this one maybe for display because I really like the cap, and the color is really pretty, the really nice sparkly silver, so I think I hung on to this one, but I'm not sure. Our last polish for today is actually the last polish I have from the OPI Fiji collection, which seems like a really nice full circle thing to come to at the end of this series. Once again, this one does contain benzophenone 1, that other newer ingredient that I was telling you guys I added to my Less Toxic page, and TPD, so I will be hanging on to this one, like I said, just because I really want to keep that whole collection just for display. So, we made it! That is our very last decluttering polish, forever! So I can't believe it, but that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If this is your first time seeing my decluttering series and you want to go back and watch the rest, please feel free to do so. But if you have seen the entire series, then first of all, thank you for sticking with me through this whole process. I know these videos were longer and it was a whole thing, but I really hope you enjoyed the whole series. I hope you found it helpful. And yeah, this was a really rough process, like I mentioned in some of my other videos, definitely difficult, and decluttering so many polishes all at once was definitely really hard. So if you're going through something similar with your own collection, then please know that I understand what you're going through. It is challenging, it is difficult, but I am on the other side now, and I am so happy to be rid of polishes that I no longer want to use and that I know aren't good for me, and I'm really excited to look into new polishes in the future that will be you know, better, just in general, better formulas, better ingredients, and I'm really excited to go exploring and find new brands and new polishes to share with you guys. But I'm also really excited to share my full recap video with you guys, kind of on this whole process, my experience with it, and just how it went, how many polishes I got rid of, and all those kind of details. So that will be coming very soon, hopefully next month if I can get time to do it, but we'll see what happens. So stay tuned for that. And also don't worry if you do really like my Journey to Less Toxic nail polish series. Don't worry, it is not going away, it's not over. As you know, I'm still in the process of getting new polishes, and now I'm done with the decluttering, so I do want to do more of those like less toxic dupe videos. There's plenty of less toxic content to look forward to in the future. I also want to do some more nail art videos. I have a really exciting big swatch and review video coming at the end of the month, so stay tuned, and thank you so much for your support throughout this whole journey, and I will see you again very soon with another video, same nail time, same nail channel. Hope polish rest of your day. Bye!